Well, hello and welcome to another This OMG fishing video. Today we're going to go hit the river and do some smallmouth bass fishing. The technique that we're going to use today is pretty simple, pretty basic. Jig and plastics. Nothing fancy, nothing outrageous, plain and simple. Now the river that I'm fishing in has a fairly good current to it, so finesse fishing, not a big thing. It's mostly just pounding the bottom and seeing if you can get a reaction strike or just a feeding strike. So what I'm going to be using today is my usual rod and reel setup, which is a medium action Shimano rod with a fast tip. This is the Stimula series. And also I use a lightning rod, which is it's the same. This is a medium action with a fast tip on it, which is good for being able to feel along the bottom. And if you need to do some casts, it's good for that as well. I'm also using a 200 Shimano reel, or 2000 series size reel. I find it's pretty versatile. Most of the time that is what I'm using when I'm fishing bass and fishing for walleye. I just find that it gives me a lot of flexibility and a lot of power when I need it. Got another Old Faithful here, and how I have these set up, it's braid as more or less the backing on my reel, and then I'll end up with a fluorocarbon leader, probably 6 feet of it, maybe 8, and I'll directly tie that fluorocarbon leader to the jig head, and that gives me some pretty good feeling for the bottom and for a fish strike when it happens. The baits that I'm going to be using, or that I was using, sorry, are made by Johnny Stone Baits. They're simple plastics. This one here is just a small swimtail minnow. Not sure if you can see that or not. In white or pearl. It's very effective. It caught a lot of bass, not a lot of big bass, but a lot of bass. And again, it's just onto either a round head jig or a swim jig. And that produced quite a good number of fish. One of the other baits that we used, and one of my favorites at the moment, is a Z-Man crayfish, and that was either on a round head jig or on a Ned jig head, and found that this was really a great little bait to use. So there's your Ned setup, and you just, away you go. That guy sits on the bottom like that. Very effective. What else we did too was another Johnny Stone bait. It's just a Ned worm, I guess, or TRD they call these. And again, set the same way. Ned. Rig it. Used purple and chartreuse. I used watermelon brown. I used a crayfish red, either with the chartreuse tip or just solid. These were really good. When the bite got a little tough, the Ned style with the worm, or the TRD style bait worked quite well. And also just a 4 and 5 inch worm, same way, Ned or jig head, work really well. We also were fishing with the crayfish and a jig head that had a skirt to it, and this also drew quite a few fish, but predominantly it was the Ned head and the round head with either the swim bait or the TRD, and they were all quite effective. It was a good day on the river, and we caught some nice fish. We caught a lot of fish, You know, all around in the 12-inch range, which is pretty good. And I think that we ended up with one really nice one about 19 and a half inches, which is pretty good for a river fish. So sit back and relax and have a watch of our video, and hope that you enjoy it. If you do enjoy it, please give me a thumbs up. You know, let's get that bell set for alerts, and subscribe. If you like what you see, please feel free to subscribe. Leave comments. I love it when I get some comments. It's always nice to learn and grow with what everybody would like to see, and I hope that you get the chance to get out on the water and do some fishing. Remember, practice CPR, catch, photo, release, and when you can, take a kid fishing. Get out there, tight lines, enjoy yourself, and be safe. Thank you.
You have one?
Yeah. Trying to figure out what's going on with my line here. I've got a weird little knot going. There we go. That one's dark, eh? Wow. There you are on the Johnny Stone Ned style. Oh, no. Shunko Canada. Not a big guy. There's Gord with his 600th fish of the morning. Oh, that's a nice one. Oh, that's, I think, better than your first one. Yeah, that's a good one. You have to get a picture of that one. No, this is a nice fish. Oh yeah. He's wrecked him. Damn near killed him. Alright. Just gonna surf this guy in here.
Took a swipe out of it, man.
Yes. Targeting is not very good. It's a little. Somebody's going to catch him and go, wonder what grabbed hold of this thing. If you'd stop fucking flopping. See if I have this guy hooked the right way. They're not big. Yeah, at least this guy bit it. He wasn't a tool like the other one. There's the ferocious beast. Hello. I'm trying to walk down here. Gord's got a monster on. Oh yeah, it is a nice one. Hang on. Hang on.
Good size for this one, huh?
Yeah, it's a nice fish. So there's Gord with another river beauty using the Johnny Stone. Ned, here, hang on a second.
Got it?
Yeah. That's a crayfish color that you have there.
Nice fish.
And a wee, oh, little dinkaso. That's like Mondo.
Huge.
Yeah. That's Ned in it. Whoa. Easy release. That's a little better. Ouch. Not much better, but a little better.
That's what I'm talking about right there.